Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're gonna make a review on the. Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're gonna do a review on the Albion Mercenary or the Mercenary, I guess. Um, I'm off camera right now. I have the Principe on top, and then the Mercenaries on the bottom. I wanted to show you guys the sword. It's a beautiful sword, guys. I wanted to show you guys kind of like the difference in size. You know what I mean? I can't really hold both swords because again my freaking right arm's still messed up. But I can kind of show you guys by holding them both like this on the little holder. Let me see. Let me get the camera here, and I can go over there and manipulate them a little. So this is the Principe. Um, Beautiful sword, guys. I did a review on this one already. Uh, I love this sword. You know, very very good quality. They took their time on this one. I love the sword. I'm gonna keep it for a while. I don't think I'm gonna sell this sword or get rid of it or anything like that. Um, this swords do not come with scabbards. Just so you know, if you're planning on purchasing one of them, they you have to get the scabbard for both of them. You know, so so that's one thing to be mindful of. The Princip is going to run you around $1,500. The Mercenary will run you about $900. You know, depending of what handle do you want and all that other stuff. You know, but we're here just to make a small, I guess, a comparisons and mostly a review for the Mercenary here. This is a two-handed sword. Um, one thing, my hands are very small, guys, but as you can see here, if I try to grab it with my right hand, the, the I mean the handle is very short. So keep that in mind. If you have bigger hands, you know, I know my brother, if he was holding it, it would be like just one hand would be like that, you know. Um, so with my me with my baby hands, you know, you're going up to the hilt. So that's one thing to the pommel. I mean, that's one thing to keep in mind. This sword, guys. Let me move the camera back a little bit. This is a very beautiful looking sword. It's pretty much, I would say, it's the small brother minus like the guard and everything. It's a small brother to the Principe, but at the same time, this sword is very beefy, guys. Let me see if I can show you. It doesn't. It's not like other swords that I have that basically the width the width of the thickness of the sword continues as it flows. Here at the end, it gets really thick. I guess you would say with it like a triple C. As you can see, it almost becomes round. You know, this thing, this thing, that sword is more for like competition cutting and stuff like that. This would seem more like it's one of those like a battle sword. You know, something that you would yeah, that you can take into battle and you won't be afraid of bending it and breaking it. There's a lot of people that have made reviews on this one. I got mine on this bright red color handle. Um, One of the things, I mean, the blade, everything is beautiful on this sword, guys. One of the only complaints I have on this sword, well I have around three or four, but uh, this sword, you see how small it is compared to the Principe, right? This sword, it's so blade heavy, guys. And I don't know if it's just because I mean, holding them both, that sword is more, it feels more wieldable, even with one hand. With one hand, and I know these are two-handed swords, so, but even though this is a bigger sword, I feel like I have more. Let me see. Well, you guys might not be able to see me from there. But even though the Principe is such a large sword, I feel that it's more maneuverable than than the Mercenary, and that probably has to do with the weight distribution of the sword and that it's very beefy. Like I was saying here at the end, it's as thick as basically at the beginning of the Principe. So I mean, this all goes into the account for why the sword is such a front heavy sword. You know, I've seen other people reviews, you know, on this sword and how good it cuts and all this other stuff. But I mean, when you look at it, it looks like a small sword, but when you hold it, it feels it's heavy, guys. It's not. I have a what is it called? I have the Hanway Great Sword of War. Let me bring that up real quick. I got it over here. Give me one second. All right, I'm back. So this is the Great Sword of War from Hanwei. It's a big ass sword, guys. As you can, this sword it feels lighter than that. It feels way lighter than the than the Mercenary, and you know it feels more maneuverable. It feels faster. You know, again this is not such a thin sword as compared to the Principe. But as you can see, it's longer than the Principe too. And in the hand, you know, maneuvering it like letting it drop. I have it, especially letting it drop like this. You know, I feel like I can recover faster, especially if I was holding it with both hands. But it goes to kind of like testify how meaty that sword is, and I mean, if that's what you if that's what you like, you know, then that's the way to go. Uh, but I tell you right now, for such a small sword, you know, it's very front heavy, very meaty from the beginning and to the. I think it's thicker. Let me see. It seems that it's as thick as in the tip as it is in here at the base. Yeah, very beautiful sword, guys. The tolerances on there are beautiful. Very nice sword, guys. The other thing that bothered me about the sword when I got it, it's you probably saw it in the video, but they messed up when they did the dye on this leather, so uh, it got like the paint got smushed all over the place. And when I was holding it, like I got a little bit of it, not much, you know. And after handling it just a little bit, it went away. But as you can see, the paint got all smushed, you know. There's places where there's no paint at all, like right about there, all around, you know, and little places up back and forth. But uh, the other thing was this: the alignment of the leather on the handle. I don't know if you can see it cleanly on the camera. Let me see. But it goes like instead of like following the rip of the side of the sword, it goes. Let me line it up. It goes like this, and then it goes kind of this way. Let me get it closer. Yeah, you can see how it's kind of going sideways on the side of the sword, and I don't know if that's you know I think it's a defect in quality. I don't know if that'll affect it later on, but other than that, guys, the sword, yeah, this really looks to me like what you would use for battle. You know what I mean? I know that this is the great sword of war. That's a very strong sword. Also, I've hit like I said that 4x4 and chipped the crap out of it, and nothing happened to the sword. And the Albion too, I've hit that thing, but I've never like just kind of like gone at it like crazy. But this thing, just because of the meatiness of it, you know, the way it feels and stuff like that. But this sword gets me tired, unlike unlike this too. This sword gets your arm real tired. Like uh, just holding it like this. Maybe, if I could hold it better with my right hand, or with my right hand just. But as I said, this just feels like. I know. I think I've seen some people call this that you can like a bastard sword that you can use one handed or two handed. On the going out, this one this one feels like it would be hard to recover. Even if you do the turn of your wrist, and that helps a lot. But if you continue in the same path, yeah, it's gonna mess you up. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you about this sword. Um, on this kind of things, I'm kind of like a neat picker, especially here. You can see that the seam of this thing here it would be I guess parallel with this line, but it just goes around the rib, and it comes this way, and it goes the other way. And as I said, I don't know if that's a. It seems to me that it's a quality error on their part, but the sword itself is fantastic, guys. Uh, I would recommend this. If you're if you're a freaking solar or whatever. I'm just messing around. But this seems like something you would use. You know what I mean, in battle, because it's just so meaty. At the same time, going with that. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, because then this thing would get you so tired. Just swinging it around, just holding it. This thing is putting some weight into my arm. As I said, holding the Principe and the Great Sword of War from Hanwei, it's not even a comparison. And it might be also because that thing's handle is so narrow. This thing allows you to get a good grip on it. And let me see if I can bring you guys closer again. You can see how much thinner the what do you call it? You can see how much thinner that thing got my arm tired. The Mercenary. You can see how much thinner the handle is on the Mercenary than on the Principe. So, a beautiful sword, guys. If that's what you're looking for, something you're gonna beat up, or just something more, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people that really like this sword, the way it cuts and all that stuff. But at the same time, feeling the way it moves, the dynamics of the sword. I don't think I would like to be swinging this thing around. I would rather have either that, or even a little bit thicker version of this, like the Alexandria, because those swords, like the Alexandria, man, that one you can like fling it around and everything, and it doesn't get your arm nearly as tired as this thing. And I'm not knocking it down. I know it has its purpose, and I'm telling you, let me see if I can get it on the camera. You can see how thick it is on the front. This thing just looks like something you would want to use to jam like into armor, like back in the day. How the swords wouldn't penetrate the armor, but they would go for like the openings in the armor. But this is kind of what it looks like. It literally looks like a knife pick at the end of the sword. But I'm very happy with this sword, guys. This one I might not keep, just because of the reason that I'm gonna be bitching about this thing on the handle. I've already talked to Colto Medina. I sent them some pictures, and they said that I can send it back. I mean, they have really good customer service, and I'm thinking about sending it back, because like I said, it's a beautiful sword. But at the same time, I think this is something that would kind of hurt you, if you, or at least me. Maybe I'm not as tough as you guys or whatever, but maybe this is something that would end up hurting you more if I kept practicing with it and stuff like that. So I'm not, yeah, as beautiful as it is. I might not keep this one for that same reason. But thank you for watching, guys. I'm gonna keep making some videos for some of the other sorts that I have. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and see you next time. Bye.